there's not a writer in this band. I just happen to sometimes write lyrics. Zach wrote lyrics to actually our song that's our first single. I think Jason has some lyrics cooking. You have some lyrics cooking. So it's one of those things where it's not like all one size fits all.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, like from a writing perspective, like that's something that I try to do is like I like when I listen to a song and I can relate to it because I understand the emotion behind it. And that when I write stuff, like that's kind of the place that I write from is like I think about like experiences that I've had and like, let's be honest, like, you know, no matter like how great your life is or whatever, like everybody's had a point in life that it fucking sucked, you know? So like having like those experiences, I think helps fuel like the ability to channel that emotion. And like I like to create things that are like open enough that like you get the point, but also too you can kind of take your own meaning from it. Mm-hmm. And I think that is something that like helps resonate with people who listen to our stuff.
Yeah, I think too, like with there's a song we're working on right now, and the way that I tried to structure it lyrically is that it is like a story where it has just kind of like the opening, it has the middle, and then it resolves like at the end. And I think that's like a good way to be able to relate to other people, be able to tell this story. And then at the end, we want our audience to feel like satisfied in like what they heard. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember I put out a solo record in 2015, and I had a review from the Pittsburgh city paper, and the quote that I ended up putting on the front of the album to be an asshole was they said it was painfully self-deprecating.
Oops.
And I was like, okay. But you know, I thought that was funny and I leaned into it. But I felt like they had a point where it was like, okay, maybe like, you know, you write a song from your perspective, but maybe sometimes it could be too much from your perspective. And I think that like if music is a conversation between you and the listener, you kind of have to navigate it in a way where it's like sometimes you don't tell everybody everything.
Yeah,
you kind of got to leave some things maybe open to interpretation, or to like tell a story in a way that other people are going to be able to like relate to it in a way. And if it's so specific to your thing to a point that like not only is it unrelatable, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
that could be a problem.
It's like, wow, I'm like in your house right now witnessing this argument you just had, instead of it was like, okay, I felt disappointed by what happened. I felt let down. I'm going to spin that into something instead of, oh my God, I'm the fly on your wall. I can hear this happening. I don't want to, that's like projecting it onto other people almost at that point.
Yeah. And I think that like ultimately, like it's really fun just to like try to put yourself, you know, to get those feelings out there, or maybe sometimes to try to put yourself in the shoes of another person and tell somebody else's story through your own lens, or to just like make something silly up, like, you know, like some sci-fi fun adventure or whatever.
I mean, look at like Blind Guardian or something.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like power metal is notorious for that. Like, I'm going to climb to the summit and wave my hair around and have a sword. Like, it doesn't really, I don't know. I guess you could extrapolate I think, some meaning from it. But I
think Tolkien is rolling in his grave, wondering where his fucking royalties are from all these goddamn power metal bands.
Yeah. Yep.
Big ups to Blind Guardian. Hansi Kirsch, great vocalist. I like that guy. Seems like a nice guy.
I'm sure. I'm just not a power metal person. Sorry.
Are we going to become a Viking metal band now?
Hell no.
Oh my gosh.
I literally have a Viking helmet in my office right now.
It's done.
We want to do it. Yeah. Like, I'm here. I don't want to do it though.
No, please, let's not.
Yeah.
Going to be people who are much better at that than
Amon Amarth already did it, so I feel like that. I feel like that Viking ship has already sailed.
Yes,
but it's